Welcome, 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 you guys. Well, Miss Hampton is already in the building. Hello, beautiful people. How are you? Welcome. And thank you for tuning in with Miss T Energy. This is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Welcome, you guys, back to this space. Hello, Miss Heavens Dominique. How are you, love? Thank you guys for being here. If you are new here, to this space, feel free to take your shoes off at the front door. You can also feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you like the content, you can feel free to check me out on my other platforms. They are growing well. You can check me out at Crown Woman on YouTube. You can always find me here on Facebook at Miss T Energy. And you can always find me on my platform TikTok. It's my little zen spot, my little inspirational spot. You get different aspects of me, you know what I'm saying? More than you will get on any other platform. But more than anything, it's the inspirational spot. But y'all, you already know what we here for. We gotta check in, family. We gotta check in. How has this week been treating you guys? We've made it through to midweek. I mean, I'm not sure about y'all, but grace has carried me through as far as my week. It has been well as far as today. You guys know your girl love working under pressure, but my workload today was I got in at noon and I have been on ready, set, go since then. I don't know what to make of it just yet, y'all. I don't know what to make of it just yet, but I'm grateful nevertheless. Miss Hampton, thank you so much. You guys, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing here is just one of the ways that we show love, and it is our way of expanding and growing our platform. But as you guys get in, please like and share and let me know how you're doing this midweek. How has this week been treating you guys? I see that we have quite a few people in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Miss T Energy. This is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Let me know how you guys are doing this week. Miss Pressure is in the building. Welcome, beautiful. How are you? And my week has been slow and a little discouraging, but I always figure something out. You know what? We have those weeks, we have those days, and we have those times. I think the biggest thing is recognizing, what it is that is in your atmosphere at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with it and feeling however you need to feel about it and picking yourself up, baby, and moving on and accordingly. Miss Heavens Dominique said, my week has been sturdy. I like that. Miss Hampton, my week so far so good. Learn and listening to my inner self. You know what? And I love that. That's a beautiful thing. I love that because when you learn to listen to your inner self, you learn that silence sometimes, or just silencing the things around you or your mind and things sometimes, exposes a lot of things you can see clearer, things that you probably wouldn't have before, and you can hear things clearer, things that may have already been there, but you had so much going on where you really didn't pay attention to them. So I love that. But you guys know we have to break the ice. So our icebreaker tonight would be if you had, if you had to be one celebrity for the day, what would that celebrity be? Who would that celebrity be? And why? I thought this would be interesting because I had quite a few of them in mind, and I narrowed it down to one. I want to see if you guys can actually guess who my celebrity person would be. and have an inkling as to why I would want to be this person. Miss Heaven, somebody said readjust your mic. Thank you, love. I'll do one better. Let me know if you guys can hear me better now. I see that we have some people in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Wednesday Wellness Check-In. And my icebreaker for you guys is, if you had to be a celebrity for a day, what celebrity would that be and why? As for me, I narrowed mine down to, drumroll please, I don't know, Riri, Rihanna. And I chose her because, is it still a lot of static? Because I actually unplugged the mic. So this is just my regular speaker. Let me know. I chose Rihanna because I get so often, you look like Rihanna. Oh my God, you look like Rihanna. And she is a, I don't know what, of course not, personally, but from the things that she do, going back and giving back to her community, and just being the millionaire, the awesome and amazing woman that she is. I would love to know what her mindset is like, because she's low-key, she's very successful, and as we build our successes and things of that type of nature, I don't think that a lot of people actually pray for the upkeeping of the mindset to maintain those type of things. So whatever she's doing, she's maintaining. She's maintaining that mindset to keep on going from plateau to plateau. And I just think that that's amazing. But I would choose her. She has a beautiful voice. She's beautiful. She's multifaceted. And she got a nice little frame and everything. Test Riri out. I wouldn't mind being Riri for a day. And no lie, I kid y'all not. Mother's Day, when I went to pick up the flowers and things for my clients, I'm standing outside, I'm waiting on my lift, and a girl, she was like a teenager, she was with, I don't know, could have been uncle, father, whoever. She was like, "You look like Riri." And he exposed it. He was like, "Excuse me." She said, "You look like Riri, you're gorgeous." And I'm like, "Thank you." And she ran off. She was shy, acting all bashful. But the icebreaker is, if you had to be a celebrity for a day, who would it be and why? Y'all, I've actually unplugged my mic. So if you can still hear me, let me know. Miss Heaven, somebody said there was a lot of static. If there's a lot of static still, let me know. If you can just fine, let me know as well. Miss Hampton says Shaquille O'Neal, he's a great businessman and he's a giver. He remembers where he came from. I love that because he's a humble giant to me. He is really, from what he's shown us from all of this time, even like I remember as a kid seeing him, he's always been like a humbled, gentle giant for me. Miss Heaven, somebody said Michelle Obama, she's dope as fuck. Now that's truth and fact. Somebody actually just suggested her book to me, like, if you haven't read it already, you should read Michelle Obama's book. I might just do that. I know y'all probably shocked too, like, all your reads you got done with. Not yet. Miss Heavenly Precious said Trump. You want me to tell you something? I would too. I wouldn't mind being I wouldn't mind being here for a day, because that man is hilarious in so many ways. It's just a move that he make. Like, I would love to know, like, what makes him tick the way that he ticks and talks. That is hilarious. But you guys, we are going to get into our Wednesday Wellness Check-In. I would love to know personally, what are some of your wins for this week? Like I said, when we come to these places and things like that, it's more than a meetup. spot and stuff like that. Yes, we share the love, we converse and do all of that good stuff. But I would love to know and I would love to see that we are growing as well. Oh my God. Miss Say Say is in the building. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for being here. This is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. And I'm just checking in on my people. As you guys already know, this is a non-judgmental space. A space where we come, chat it up, share some perspectives, have an exchange of good vibes, and just grow and capitalize off of each other and go on with our day or go on with our night. It's just that simple. But you guys, what are some of your wins for this week? I would love to know, what have you accomplished? What have you conquered this week? Because I absolutely love to see my people growing. And if you don't have any this week, that's fine too, because we always got next week. But I want to know, what are some of your wins for this week? Miss Heavenly Pressure, the celebrity she would like to be for a day is Tyler Perry. I love the businessman that he is. His heart seems so amazing and pure. I love the way he views family and relationship. I feel like he's something rare. You know what? His essence, I would say in the beginning, I would say the same thing too, but I don't see much of him. Miss Heavens Dominique Tate said, "Hey, baby." Y'all, listen, y'all be having me blushing and stuff the way y'all be showing it. Why y'all do me like that? But I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, this goes down every Wednesday. I'm open to suggestions. If you have anything you want to talk about in particular, feel free to drop it in the comments below. And always remember that no conversations, no topics are off limits, respectfully. But as you guys enter this space, please like and share. That's just our way of showing love, and that's just our way that we ensure that we continue to grow. But for this week, what are some of you guys' wins? Let me know in the comment section down below. As for me, I don't know. I was just talking to some loved ones of mine, someone that's very near and, dear to me. And I was just explaining to them, like, I love the caliber of woman that I am. And I wouldn't change it for anything else, because you would think that, a lot of things that operate people would, when people try things and pull stunts, like it, how it, you would think that it would affect you, and it just don't. And how, in all honesty, in my head, like I said, I conjure up some things you probably wouldn't even believe, but due to me knowing my position and knowing the cloth that I am cut from, I always choose a higher route. And being that I am always that person that choose a higher route, people may think that, you know what I'm saying, it's, people may just try to take advantage of that. But if I did, or if I reacted in the way that I conjure up in my head, it would make me like those people. So God keeps me on a straight and narrow, and I kid y'all not, this path and just being obedient is opening up doors, and I could not be more grateful. Because even in those instances where people think it's sweet, he showed me, oh, it's sweet over there. Seriously. So a win for me this week is maintaining my essence and just not letting certain things break my character, because of the caliber of woman that I am and because of the cloth that I'm made from. Miss Take Good for You said, my win is waking up this week and giving another chance at this thing called life. Baby, baby, I love that. And you want me to tell you something too, just to add on to that? People don't know, like I said, on a day-to-day basis, the mental battles that we all, may deal with from time to time, or things that people are going through in general, people that we, you know, walk paths with on a day-to-day basis. That's why it don't cost you to be a decent person. You never know what the next person is going through, and you never know, what I'm saying, how or what it took for them just to get out the bed. Like you said, Tay, I absolutely love that. Miss Temple says some of my wins are listening to you all and learning from you all, hearing some of the things I thought y'all are being used in your lives today. Y'all stored them in the treasure box for times like this. Absoluteness, absoluteness. It's like one of those things. Whereas like when you're a kid and you hear the elder say, "You may not understand this now, but when you get older, it'll make sense." A lot of it makes sense. A lot of it makes sense now, and I'm appreciative to have had people, decent people with good hearts and good intentions to give us those type of things. Like I said, this world today is a messed up place. And that's something else that I was just talking to some others about. Just growing up and things like that with our parents giving us all that they knew to give. It's an amazing thing to be able to share this new knowledge and share this path and this journey with your parents and with your loved ones, and y'all be all aligned in some type of alignment with each other. I know everybody is not going to be on the same path, but to have some of your own walk this path with you, and you learning and you growing and you unlearning and repositioning things like that, it's an amazing feeling. Nothing tops that. But you guys, moving along, because I just want to know 3 things you absolutely love about yourself. Give me, and I'm putting y'all on the spot like that. Give me 3 things that you absolutely love about yourself. And I know a while back it probably would have been a bit difficult for me to answer this question because I hadn't found those parts of me just yet, that would enable me to actually be able to answer these. I hadn't found those parts of me just yet, but I'll go first. 3 things that I actually adore and like and love about myself is my resilience. There is nothing that I have been faced with that I have not conquered. And unapologetically, I'm talking about I don't have to be boastful about it. I don't have to be loud about it. I don't have to showboat around about it. Like I am truly, and you guys that know me, you guys know that I am truly a humbled beauty in the face of diversity. Still maintain and look like this. Nothing too much breaks my character if it ain't about my kids, my family, or my money. Tay said my personality. I love that because Tay personality gives, don't mess with me like that, don't play like that, but it also gives humbleness and loving. Hey Sky, hey beautiful, how are you? The next thing that I absolutely love about myself is, I don't know, it may sound a bit cliche, but it took me a while, and I know some of you guys may agree with this and probably have the same thing, but it's just my heart. It's just my heart because I remember like being a teenager. It was so rough for me because all that time I was thinking like, oh my God, something is wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? And to grow up and to be finding portions of me, I found out that it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? And I learned to embrace those things that people picked with me about it, my ways of thinking, my mindset, and just my flow. You know what I'm saying? Being who I was. So I would definitely say my heart. Um, Tay Tay said, period. Hey, Miss Shannon. Miss Shannon is in the building. You guys, as you come in, please like and share. That's our way of showing love here. But Miss Shannon is in the building, y'all. Long time no see, beautiful. I'm happy that you made it into this space. Miss Shannon said, I love how things don't affect me, how they affect others. Yes, absoluteness. Jobs, relationships. I love that I can understand and respect other people's opinions, even if I don't agree in a line. And you know something? I am so happy that you put that way. And I'm going to say Will said, because being in different spaces and on platforms as such as this, you have to be, you know what I'm saying, well enough with self to be open to receiving others' opinions and knowing that we are not all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all don't think the same. We all don't tick the same. So it do take a different level of respect and openness to be able to receive what aligns with you, what don't, and respectfully. Like, we're all different. We all have something to bring to the forefront. We all have something to bring to the table. It's just a matter of if it aligns with you or not. And it's just that simple. Mr. Heavens is in the building. Welcome, sir. He said, hey, y'all. Mr. Morgan is in the building. I am well, love. How are you this Wednesday? How have this midweek been treating you? Miss Hampton said, my heart, my strength, my love for people, and my forgiving spirit. And that hits different because I know you personally. And like I said, just to witness the growth in even my mom, you guys, is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Miss Skysack said, I'm good. And one thing I love about myself is that I know I'm beautiful. And I don't care what anyone says about it or have to say. And I love that too, because you have to know that you know. And what somebody else says is just their opinion. And I know in a world like today, people think that just because they have opinions, that they should be spoken. But I'm here to tell you that it shouldn't be, especially when you know you don't mean well. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Why try to tear down somebody else because you're miserable? Why try to make somebody else feel less again because you're not well with self? Go get well with self, like some of us are. And it exudes, it shines from the outside, from the inside out. It shows. Mr. Morgan said, my week is treating me good. What about you? I have no complaints. I have no complaints at all. And that's a beautiful thing. So it's nice to know that you're doing well this week. Miss Hampton said, confirmation, Miss Shannon. Thank you. Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Miss Shannon said, and last, I love that I have goofy, unrealistic, and unreasonable ideas and passion. Passion. I'm just a big kid at heart trying to find happiness. You want me to tell you something, Shannon? It's funny because I just told my guard today. He was like, he always asks me, he was like, can you read my aura today? And I just told him because he thought that I was like 26. I'm like, no, I'm older than you. I'll be 40 in 2 years. And he was like, I promise I thought that you were younger than me, but much more mature. And I was like, no, sometimes I am very youthful. Like, you're very youthful. And he was like, well, what does that mean? I said, kid like. And I said, I noticed that people that, are in that energy, that youthful kid like energy, they are the most creative people ever. So when I'm in my kid mode, I am silly, I am goofy, I am creative, and things like that. And when I'm in my business mode, I'm just in my business mode. But I see that there are more people in. Hi, you guys. Welcome to Wednesday Wellness Check-In. You're now tuning in with Miss T Energy. And I thank you guys for being here this Wednesday. Check in. Let me know how this week has been doing you, how it has been treating you. And we are going to get into our actually very first topic. Does the mindset that you carry say a lot about those you attract or are attracted to you? Why or why not? So I'll leave that there. I'll let you guys, comment first. And then I'll get into it too because naturally I have my own set view on it. And I would like to share my perspective on it as well. But do you guys think that your mindset says a lot about those you attract or those that are attracted to you? Mr. Heaven said it's definitely been a blessed week. I know that's right. Listen, if you can't think of nothing else, but you were able to open up your eyes and witness the day, you blessed. Because a lot of people can't say that. They just can't. But you guys, does the mindset that you carry say a lot about those you attract or are attracted to you? Let me know. Drop it down in the comment section below. Like, let's get into it. Speak on it because I got some things to say too. I'll let you guys go first. And also, feel free. Miss Hampton said Tina Turner passed away today. I think I seen that on Facebook earlier. She passed away at I think 86. I've been seeing it since I got off work, actually. So God rest her soul because we know, baby, that music gonna live on. She got some hits for real. But you guys, let me know how you feel about the topic. Let me know your take on it. Y'all, I was breaking down boxes today and I don't know. I think I was doing too much. Y'all, I got how you get paper cut all on your wrist? I was doing too much. Okay, Miss Scott said it says a lot about who's unattracted to me because I have a very strong mindset, a strong minded mindset about certain things. Okay, I can get your stance with that. Miss Shannon said yes, having a low self esteem attract either people who have low self esteem or can manipulate people with low self esteem. And I say that speaks volumes. The Shannon saying, and I really understand bipolar disorder because I can understand having highs and lows. Absoluteness. I understand it too because when you are unable to find a balance and everybody is not able to find a balance, then you experience them. You experience those momentums. It's too good for you. Said yes, it does. Lately, I've been attracted to people who need some form of help or great advice. The fact that out of nowhere people share things with me that I don't even expect. You know something, Tay? That's something that I have experienced all my life, but I had to learn to use it at my own discretion because just because people are attracted to you in that way, everybody is not your assignment. And some people just carry some heavy things. And I learned like I had a limit with it. Because at the end of the day, once you dump your stuff off on me, then I have to find a way to get rid of it. So I'm very selective. It's a blessing, and it tells you a lot about yourself because they're open to it, and they're trust. I mean that they feel that you're trustworthy. Miss Shannon Andrews said, "I am on both sides of the spectrum, a self-esteem spectrum." Okay, you know what, Shannon? I would love to have you on one day where you can elaborate more, and give us more insight because I myself, like I said, I'm still learning, a lot of things, and I think that that's something that's not spoken on enough. I would love to have more details. Miss Hampton said, I say yes because I choose whom I let in my space. But sometimes you can help someone, um, to challenge themselves for the betterment of their own lives. I agree with that too. I like that angle. So I pose this as a question because everything in life has a frequency, and it means of a frequency. Everything carries its own type of energy. So let's say money, or let's just say great fortune and things like that. You have to deem yourself attractive first before those things actually, want to come into you. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say for money, or let's just use human. Let's just use regular human nature. If you see somebody, they catch your eye. You know what I'm saying? Attraction is a natural thing. Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everything isn't attractive or attracted to everybody. So for me, it says a lot about what you're attracted to and those things that are attracted to you. If you are always attracting negative and, people that always got something going on, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to evaluate themselves first, but maybe you need to switch some things up within yourself, and then I feel like the outside world, they are bestowed with the image upon you that you don't have, that God don't personally give to you. And it's just your way of sorting through and learning, about yourself through others. We have so many different lenses to look from and choose from with the outside world. That's why I would always I ask a stranger their perspective or their point of views, because I might be too into myself. Well, I'm missing it. So we're gonna move on to topic number 2. But I agree with all of you guys' stances on that topic. I think that it actually flows into our next topic or our next end. So I know you guys are familiar with birds of a feather flock together. Are you guys familiar with this saying or no? If you are, let me know in the comment sections down below. If you are, what is your understanding of it? Hey, Shay Shay. I don't see Shay in the building, so Shay, you probably on another platform. She's probably on Miss T Energy. Okay. Oh, there she go. Hey Shay, welcome to the building. Welcome to Wednesday Wellness Check-in, babe. Check in. How are you doing this midweek? How has this week been treating you? As for me personally, I know that it has been a bit challenging, but young lady, you are persevering. So keep that part. Miss Shannon said, I am familiar, I understand it, and I understand the discord in my friendship. Okay. Miss Shannon, can you give us more details of your understanding of it? So I'm gonna let you guys comment first and then I'll get into it. Shay Shay said, trying to get something positive right now. I knew where to come. What? I love it. I love that. And thank you, babe. Shannon said, my one friendship. Ma'am, what you mean your one friendship? Shay said, Dominique, Miss Evans Dominique said, hey. But you guys, I thought that this saying would be something to bring to the forefront because it is actually pretty deep. Like I said, it speaks volumes in itself. Birds of a feather flock together. Hold on. Hey, Shay. And she talking to you, Miss Evans Dominique. I would say to some degree, definitely. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? If you are hanging with bad fruit, even if you're not actually acting out of that type of energy at that moment, to me, I would think that it's a great possibility. Because if you're not of that, then why are you affiliated with it? And I understand too, like from a different perspective, we are still growing and learning and learning how to set the proper boundaries. But I know a lot of people may not be open to it. But if you hang with it, to a degree, it's a part of you, and it could be just in that moment. You see what I'm saying? Miss Hampton said, if you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. Watch the company you keep because people will hold you to a lot. And those are grand facts. Now, I ask this too because when those of us that are actually doing the work, we're able to see things for what they truly are. Now, when I say see things, I'm talking about in a sense of what people operate out of. Miss Heavens Dominique says facts. And what's operating other people. And it saddens me to witness things operating other people. So I'll give you guys a prime example. Let's just say, Miss Shannon said, my cousins are my friends. We can argue and fight, but come back to each other. Come back together. My one sustained friendship outside of family is very hard. Miss Hampton said, "Oh, funky rooster." Having somebody said, "Slow down, that chicken legs." Shannon, I get you 100% on that one because I have one relationship and I've known her for over 18 years. And when I tell you she's the most humblest person that I know, most genuinest person that I know, and she's a businesswoman. She has her life affairs. I have mine. But when we get back in tune with each other, it's like we never skip a beat. Inspiring and inspirational. She's all of that above. And we just align well. We just mesh well. And there's not too many people like her. Miss Shannon said, we are so different. We were teenagers. I looked up to her for confidence and social prowess. And I realized that was a dependency that I wasn't able / willing to sustain. You know what? I am so Shannon. When I tell you, are bringing forth so much confirmation. Like I know that this is intentional. Like very, very intentional, because you would think because it's family. You know what I'm saying? That it should be set up that way. However, with some families, it's just truly not, because you have so much toxicity, you have so much hidden animosity, and you have so many people that are not well with themselves, where they just, you know, choose to act out of just nastiness, jealousy and things of that type of nature. So I'm happy that you were able to have relationships like that with your family, and be able to see like what worked for you and what really didn't work for you. I mean, I pretty much went through the same thing too. But as you know, when it comes down to family, we tend to have a bit more, what is the word that I'm looking for? Patience and things like that with them. But the word itself is just a word, especially if the people that you're positioning as family are not acting as such. So I've been in cahoots with people, gave people chances and means of family, positioned them, you know what I'm saying, tried to be there for them. And I knew that they had jealousy in their hearts. And I knew that they were always trying to put me in some type of secret competition. But me being who I am, and I know that I rub off on people, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can show them a different route. But I'm all with the saying, once people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Mr. Evans said, preach. Miss Shannon said, my problem isn't in the family. It's with the friend. That's why I have problems with making friends. Now, that's kind of sad. Tay said, you better believe him, baby. So much so to the point, Tay. Whereas, listen, if it's me or you, baby, choose you, because I'm going to choose me. And like I said, I just adore the woman that I am and the things that I operate out of, because I don't operate off of or out of those low vibrational ass things. Like, I'm glad that I'm confident enough with me, settled enough with me. Miss Heaven Dominique said, I'm still going to learn. Know who's in my life for blessings and lessons, if not both. You know what? We all are learning that. We all are learning that. And like I said, as long as you're living, your own evolution is your choice. You know what I'm saying? I will hope that we're all growing. But in a lot of cases, it's not that. And I mean, I get that too. But just because you decline your growth, you can go over there because I love blossoming. And even though it's not always pretty, you know what I'm saying? I love those not so good parts too. Because that's the makeup of me. That's what makes me who I am. Miss Shannon said, me, being who I am, Will Smith, and I'm sure someone before him said, surround yourself with people you want to be most like. That friend is not that for me, but I feel like I'm that for her. You know what? And at that point, Shannon, I was just talking about this earlier. And I know that we're still growing and we're still learning. But at what point do you really draw the line? Because I know, like some of us, we may still have people in our lives that really don't serve a purpose, like a proper purpose. Like they're not growing us. So really, what's the purpose? What's the reason? And then you said it for yourself too, Miss Shannon. She don't provide you with what you provide her with. In my case, she's not worthy. Because, like I said, what I see from you is you're a dope person. You are a dope individual. Y'all don't align well. Miss Heather Dominique said definitely be like that. It do. But you take that with a grain of salt. Like you see it and you don't see it. And I think that that's a great indicator too of like who's really doing the work and who's really not doing the work. Because if you know that this person means well and their intentions are well and they're growing you have to be operating out of something, totally different, not to appreciate or hold some type of value, you know, for this person. So, you guys, we are going to move along. And my question is, does the old you serve a purpose to the person you are presently? And why? I know that a lot of people may say no, but I'm just going to provide you with a different perspective. Shannon said it's hard because I know how she struggles with friends leaving her behind. And I know what that feels like, Shannon. That's a major codependency issue. You know what I'm saying? And then energetically, this is why you have to be um very mindful of the people that you select in your energy, because it can be hard to that point where you do feel some type of way. And I wouldn't even look at it as leaving her behind, because if she was for you, it wouldn't be this. If y'all aligned well, it wouldn't be this. Like I said, there's indicators for us, you know what I'm saying, to let us know what's for us and what's not. And just me being on the outside looking in, as amazing person as you are, she's not for you. She's just not. And when I tell you I've been there before, I've been there before, so much so to the point whereas I cut certain individuals off. And I know a lot of people, they like to boast or make that seem like a big thing, but I'm not seeing it in that type of way. I'm seeing it in a way whereas I chose me because that person or those people wasn't growing me, and every time I turned around they were just, all that they had to talk about was what was going on in their life. And what was going on in their life was never anything good. Like these people wouldn't even call and ask, well, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? What do you have going on? They always was calling me with some type of problems. And when I seen that they were taking, I'm talking about from advice, taking notes on, things that I can give them, it means of my perspectives and stuff like that. And just taking the knowledge that I had and the resources that I had when I seen that it wasn't happening both ways. I was putting out more than I was getting back in. I chose me. Initially, I felt some type of way about it. But as I started to discover myself a bit more and started to value myself a bit more, I got a better understanding about the whole ordeal in the situation because it wasn't serving me. It wasn't growing me. So why would I feel bad about something that wasn't evolving me as a person? You want to be surrounded by people that can contribute to your growth in a positive way. And if you're not growing me, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Miss Heaven somebody said, absolutely, but my past doesn't define who I am. Destined to be. That's fact. Okay, so the question at hand is, does the old you serve a purpose to the person you are presently? I would say yes. I would say yes because the old me and all the obstacles and things that I have actually conquered and overcame, that's my way of measuring my growth today. So yes, it definitely serves as a purpose for me today. It helps me, you know, view and witness and recognize my growth as a person. Because things that I used to entertain, I don't entertain anymore. People that wasn't serving me, that I knew didn't mean well, but I was still trying to keep them around, I just don't anymore. Like it helped me to build up that type of, defense and choose me a bit more, love on me a bit more, and understand why I should have been all this time. Shannon said, oop, new topic. Yeah. Listen, we all talking in here, we chatting, this is just what we do. But like I said, if it's a conversation, then it's just a conversation. We can piggyback, double back, all that. We're here to learn from each other anyway. Miss Heavens Dominique said, absolutely my past. Okay. But yes, once again, y'all, thank you guys for being here. This is Wednesday. We're going to check in. We get into some amazing things and topics in here and perspectives. And I love that because I see that you guys are actually some thinkers. And it's like I said, it's just so easy to follow the masses. But when you deal with people that have a mind of their own, it just hit a bit different. Tastes so good for you said, my past taught me how to be a better me. Baby. Helped me to grow into a better person and understanding that the way I was not good for my future. Now that part. Because I can only imagine if I kept those things and those people in my life, what my mental space would be. Taking on the trash and the garbage that everybody was dumping on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a dumpster. When you bring your problems to me, I don't mind being that listening ear, but bring some light to it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you bring the not so good, bring some good to it. Like, balance this out. Mr. Holmes said, hello, sunshine. Hello, love. How are you? Thank you for being here. This is Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Just a spot designated to check in on my people. So since I see that you made it in safe, let me know how this week has been treating you. How would you say your mental space is this week? I mean, seeing you guys in here lets me know that, listen, we done made it this far. A lot of people can't say that. Miss Hampton said, there's no perfection. And I think another believe it is just learning to embrace the good, the bad, and the not so good. And that's exactly what it is. It's just life. It's just finding a balance in life. And like I said, at some points, like I said, as you evolve and stuff like that, and you're growing and you hit a different plateau, for me, it's like, oh my God, I have to reestablish this balance thing all over again. I don't outgrew this portion. This is something new. This is new territory. Let me try to find a balance in this now. Like you would say, my different levels, different devils. But I also say, and I'm saying that I got some notes here. I be having a lot of stuff. I be prepared ahead of time. I said the greatest measure of my growth is by the old. The greatest measure of your growth is by the old version of you. For an example, I knew I'd grown when I started to say no, set up boundaries, started choosing me, not answering certain phone calls because before I even picked up the phone, I felt the energy that was going to come from the individuals. And it's just that simple. Like I said, in this world today, it's just sad because you find people that are more so prone to follow the masses, click up and gang up, and all the wrong type of things. It's just like a lot of misplaced energy out here. And this is why I stay low key. I'm not for everybody. Everybody can't get this essence. I don't care how much you try to copy it. Okay. Moving along, you guys, I would like to know if you're parents. What are some of the things that you're giving to your child or your children to ensure that they have a better experience than you've had? Miss Tate said it's easier for people to attack you rather than fix themselves. That part. That part. And you know what, say? Even with saying that, it's weird because, like I said, for those of us that are actually putting the work in, we can see what people are operating out of and we can see what's operating them. And when they're weak, all they do is go click up with somebody else and click up with somebody else and then they click up with somebody else at the demise of somebody else. You see what I'm saying? And you could just go find yourself and be happy with yourself. And before you know it, you got a clique of people dabbling in, bothing in misplaced energy. If that ain't no low vibrational shit, I don't know what is. So to be able to sit back and see that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm glad that I pick and I choose my spaces and my people because I would never. And then a kid, this is the kicker. They all be in this low vibrational ass energy and think that it's cool. You meaning to tell me that nobody in this shit has enough sense or can vibe high enough to be like, you know what? We can do something better with our time. We can do something better with our lives. But those are some of the way nasty ass ways of this world. And I leave them to it because I figure everybody has a place and everybody has a position. Somebody got to do it. It just won't be me. Miss Shannon said, I wasn't given half of I wasn't given half of what the children today are given. But I feel like I was given a great upbringing. I may be wrong. You know what? That's your perspective. My parents did what they could with what they were given, but I never felt deprived. You know what, Shannon, I would say the same thing. And just growing and learning new ways and being able to talk to my parents and stuff about it and unlearning and being able to grow with my parents and stuff like that still on our paths and our journeys respectfully. I wouldn't say that I was ever deprived. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact that my parents gave me all that they had to give me, what they knew to give me. So how could you blame a person for something that they didn't know or something that they just didn't have to give? You can't, like I seen these memes all over Facebook, I think last week. Forgive your parents, for what they didn't give you, for what they didn't. Who would be holding their parents accountable for something that they didn't have to give in the first place? Go find yourself. And that leads me into like another topic that I was talking about, like really sitting back and thinking. We were given a lot of things as kids, and just looking at our kids today and just this world in general, more than ever before, like I said, it's like with these lenses, once you start to do the work with self, you see some things that you cannot see. You know what I'm saying? And you see right through things and you see right through people. One of the biggest things or major things that I feel that our children are missing today is spirituality. And I say that because growing up as a kid, I don't remember anybody teaching heavily how important it is to check you first, how important it is to love you first, and stuff like that. Or giving solutions to kids, to help them problem solve instead of, you know, going about things in so many of the wrong ways. Mr. Heaven said definitely ain't gonna be me. Ain't gonna be me, baby. Shannon said, yes, I've had conversations with my parents and radio hosts about this. Yes. And like I said, people need to bring more awareness to it. Like people act like they be so, you know, caught up in the energy of self and caught up in the energy of trying to hide, not knowing that people can actually see you. We know the real shit. We know the real, the real things that go on behind the closed doors. This is real life. Like who has from real life? No, you don't have to be an open book, but shit, speak the facts. Miss Hampton says someone that won't face their demons but sees everyone else's. You know what, boo? I feel like demons recognize demons. Some of us, like I said, we've been there. We all have our vices. But my thing is, if you're not doing the self work for yourself, shut the up. And like I said, those people you can point them out because they always have a negative to somebody's positive. You can tell that they're not growing. You may be growing on some type of level, but it ain't the type of level that you should be growing, because if that's the case, why is it always a negative to somebody positive? You can't even be happy for nobody with the little things. Like it's just a telltale sign. Miss Tay Too Good For You said, how can we tell what was wrong or right? There's no rule book. We learn as we get older to ensure that our children have the best knowledge that we can offer them. Yes, I have made mistakes, but I was also able to correct them and learn new ways of making sure my children have all the information available to them that I didn't have growing up. Now see that part. That part. So when it came down to mine, naturally, things that didn't align with me and my teachers and my upbringing are introduced to them. You know, different ways, different recourses, different ways to get out of certain type of energies, things that they should entertain, things that they should not entertain, but still there's free will. Like I get so tired of seeing people talking about, oh well, it's the parents, it's the parents. No, I know a lot of amazing parents out here and their kids chose to do some fucked up things. Like I said, people forget about free will, just the ignorance of people. How could you sit and say, oh, well, I'm teaching my kids how to heal themselves and they're already going to be healed and this and that? Did you forget that they have their own paths? Did you forget that they have their own tribulations to experience? That's impossible. You can give them the tools, you can show them the way, but ultimately, it's up to them to use that. They have believe it or not, as much as we want to protect our kids, they have their own paths, just like we have. Jamie said the biggest lie I was told was treat people how you want to be treated, and you'll receive the same. Facts. Because you have to be selective. You treating people a certain way, I think that's just you. That's just who you are. Having the expectations to have that same thing given back to you is absurd. People ain't built like that these days. Miss Hampton said, we all are living this thing called life. for the first time, ain't no one perfect, parent or child. And you know what? I just want to get away from that perfect narrative because I fully and wholehearted. I've embraced my flaws. I know that I'm gonna mess up, and this and that. Let's embrace the mistakes. You see what I'm saying? Let's embrace things not going right all the time, because if you was always in the energy of things going right all the time, how would you learn? How would you know what's right and what's wrong? It's simple said we are living this thing called life. Okay. I read that one already. Miss Hammond said, Jimmy Evans, you're so right. Because people don't care how they treat you or misuse you, no matter how good you treat them. And that's big fact, Tay Tay. It is. But in that same token, this is something that I cling to. People that are for you, people that align with you, they grow you. People that don't, they take so much from you. So much from you. And then in this world today, we was taught that there was a ride or die. There ain't no damn ride or die. They doing nothing but draining you, taking your life force from you. You know what I'm saying? Giving you doubt, having you down yourself. They just taking from you. Miss Hampton said, "Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house." Now, see, that's my thing. It's so easy for people to do that because they don't feel or they don't think that people can see through them or see them for who they really are. And believe me, I can thank God, you know, anymore for giving me the sight to see people for who they truly are. Y'all, listen to me when I tell you this. Discernment is a gift. It's a gift. Some people tune into it. Some people actually tune out of it. They're just not aligned with it. And those of us that actually use it as a tool, we know that it is for us. And I had to learn this the hard way because every time I caught somebody up in a lie, every time I seen somebody acting funny, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, I would do this. No, your discernment is a tool, and it's for you, strictly for you. It's not for you to do this. It's for you to recognize, realize, and move accordingly. Jimmy said, or having the tools connect or knowledge and not passing it on, stunting the person's growth. You know what, Jimmy? This is my thing with that. What's for you is for you. I can care less what a person think that they have, what they're keeping from me and this and that, because I know that I've been used as a tool. You know what I'm saying? People call me for my knowledge, taking notes on my knowledge and spitting it back in other places like it's theirs. You're learning from me. And anything, y'all know me, anything that I possibly could have gathered or have in resources, any of that, jobs, all that, I've given. So that brings me to this too. Y'all got to be real mindful of opportunities. And don't get me wrong, to some level, we are all opportunists, but some people just be all out for self. They don't give anything back. They don't give anything in exchange at all because they are for self. And when you cut their asses off, they're gonna go to the next person to see what they can get out of them. A toodaloo. Miss where am I? Miss Shannon said, having a child so young, I made so many mistakes, but what made sense to me as an individual with a mind of my own is that you get rewarded for doing good. Goof for yourself and others. So when I don't see the need to pack a Christmas tree or do an extravagant birthday because of the grades was always a subject of contention for me because I saw the kids who copied my homework get all the latest and greatest while I wore Kmart specials. Baby, you know where I'm Kmart special. But I get where you coming from. 100%. Mr. Heaven said, if I had it and not helped you, not a good human being. I don't care who like you. If you had it and not helped you, not a good human for being. You know what? But people like that, they don't prosper, bro. They just don't. You know what I'm saying? Because what good is the information for you if you're not giving it? This is why, folks, proof of works, proof of works is an important deal. Like I said, and being known by the fruit that you bear. Because the people around you tell a story. Did you hear that? The people around you tell a story. I kid y'all not. I have been a listening ear to a lot of people. And I know half of these people business because people come to me. And the same people that these people have put all their business about, they done clicked up. They like this these days. And just me being who I am, I just be like, man, ain't that old boy in the closet? Ain't that? Didn't you say that? Oh, okay. But like I said, you're known by the fruit that you bear. And if you can't do nothing else, be proof of works. That's the work that you've been put in. Your environment, the people around you should be able to tell that story. Mr. Hampton said, hello everyone. Sorry I'm late. Listen, always on time, Mr. Hampton. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in to Miss T Energy for this Wednesday wellness check-in. And like I said, I appreciate the love. As you guys come in, please like and share. If you have any topics in particular, you can feel free to DM me, email me, or drop them in the comment section down below. Miss Shannon said, I have tried to teach my son the concept of deserving things. You want me to tell you something, Shannon? My 2-year-old. When I tell you, like, even with my older children, we had people in play, like, if we would get them things and, buy them nice things that people would ask me, oh, well, what? That is nice. Who bought you that? And I would tell them, like, it don't matter who bought it for them. It don't matter where it came from. Or, oh, how much was that? The value of it don't matter. It's as long as you like it. But back to my 2-year-old. When I tell y'all, learning to be happy with self teaches you to be happy for others. I'm getting my daughter ready for her 8th grade graduation. And it's not just her, but I'm using the latest. Her shoes, her different outfits come in the mail because I want her to have a variety. I want her to be comfortable and fly at the same time. As I'm bringing these packages in and she's looking at her stuff, you're like, oh, wow. Oh, like with so much excitement. At 2 years old, he knows what it is to be happy for someone else. But you have these adults, if that's what they want to call themselves, because I believe in like men child and women child, because that's what I call them. If you operate out of that childish like energy, that's what you are. That don't even know how to be happy for other people. And I don't get me wrong, I understand it because you're not well with self. You're not happy with self. But just a prime example, a 2-year-old knows what it is to be happy. And when I tell y'all, he's so humble and so grateful. We go to the stores. He's not the type of kid, ooh, this, ooh, that, ooh, this, ooh, that. He gravitates towards things that he likes. He's only 2 years old. He'll play with a toy and put it back. The only way we leaving out of a store with something is if he really, 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 really likes it. And he's not even selfish. He's not built that way. He's not being raised that way. A 2-year-old. And you telling me that these are not okay. Miss Hampton said, but what about you giving and people tend to forget or expecting BS in all forms from outsiders and expect so much more from others. I know who I can ask for anything or expect and things, and it's all love. Miss Hampton, what I say, my take on that is this. People know in what ways you've been there for them. They know what you've done for them, and nobody needs a reminder. You know what I'm saying? It's where you have givers and you have takers. Once you do for others and you see that there's no equal reciprocity or you see them moving funny, like I said, you have to be mindful of opportunists. Opportunists move like this too. They know what you've done for them. They got what they wanted. They didn't have the best intentions from Jump Street. But my thing is, you do for people. They don't need a reminder of what you've done for them. They know what you've done for them. They know in what way you've been there for them. They're not for you. Keep it moving. Just that simple. Mr. Heaven said, like Jim, that man's so knowledgeable and they teach me shit. You want me to tell you something about that, bro? Being able to see people for what and who they truly are these days, he don't operate and he don't function like we do. Yes, he do have a lot of knowledge, but he's not a part of this world. If you get what I'm saying, he's not a part of this era. So, in my sense, he will be in that category of you can't teach the old dog new tricks, or it was just on the tip of my tongue. Long story short, he's just of a different era. He don't have it to give, if that makes sense, like we do, or stuck in old ways. He's stuck in those old ways. Those were the teaching. Those was the ways of his time, and that's where he's stuck. Miss Shannon said these autocorrects are killing us. It's cool though. We know what we talk about. Miss Hampton says so correct, exactly. Sit back, waiting for others' downfall. You know what? When you have those, like I said, and I'm gonna continue to say that I'm not well with self and can't approach you personally themselves and have to conjure up and gather with other people to stir up and mix up all type of confusion, nastiness at somebody else's expense or at somebody else's demise, watch it crumble. It costs you nothing if you do what you do and you do it well, or if you well with self. It costs you nothing to mind your business, especially when folks ain't even bothering you. It costs you nothing to do that at all, especially when people have been in your life with the greatest intentions. I kid you not. People that operate like that, they always experiencing things and some messed up things in life. And I kid you not, for a lot of us, and I know this personally, and it just aligns this way. We are able to sit back. We have front row seats. You don't even have to say nothing. And this is why it's important not to match energy. And this is why it's important to always take the highest route. We always tend to have front row seats. Always. Mr. Matthew Brandon is in the building. Welcome, love. Welcome to this space. Thank you for being here. How has this week treated you so far? Mr. Brandon said it took God to show me that when he blessed me, it's not for me. It's to bless someone else. A lot of folks in my family envy me because I wanted different for my life. And I took the initiative to go for it and put in the work. So when I help out in certain ways, folks reject the help. But I had to realize a lot of folks aren't content with where they are in their lives. So I pray for them and keep it moving. I love that. I love that. But ain't it funny though? Because like I said, God positioned us where we understand the assignment, where we pop up and show up in people's lives with great intentions, but their ego. You don't even know, you don't even understand the assignment. You see what I'm saying? You got all of this fogginess, all of this other misplaced energy in your face, but you can't even see the help that God sent for you. Mr. Heaven said, I love being alone a stoner. You know what, bro? I do too. I didn't understand it when I was little, but I understand it now. And I understand it so much so now because I know I click, I align, and I vibe with a certain type of people. And I'm cool with that because I know I'm not for everybody. I know I'm not for everybody. This vibe is not for everybody, and everybody can't experience this. And this is why I be so quick to tell folks, like, stop giving people so much access to you. When I say access, we are going to start on a small scale of things. If you're not growing me, if you're not beneficial to my life path, why is it important for me and you to talk on a day-to-day basis? Why is it important for you to even have my phone number? To me, that's access. You see what I'm saying? Why is it important? Those that are growing me and that serves a purpose in my life, you guys at least have that. You can have my phone number. We doing something here. You know what I'm saying? We working on some things here. And like I said, we can start as simple as that. Your phone number is not for everybody. That's another form of access to you on a smaller scale of things. Even this, Mr. Exactly said, okay, Miss Keela Heaven said, say that. It's okay to love people from a distance. And it is. For your sanity, for your sake. And like I said, people don't understand how much so it is detrimental to your spiritual hygiene. Like my people know. I don't have a lot of company. I don't, because you're not finna drop nothing off over here that I can't get out. That's first and foremost. I don't do pop-ups, none of that. My people respect me enough to be like, hey, what you doing? What you got going on this day, that day? You feel like company? This and that. Like respectfully, and I do the same thing with them too. Like I said, we are all on different paths and stuff like that. When you understand how important it is to protect you and your essence, you don't be for a lot of shit. And you're not just going to be out here giving access to any and everybody. Give it out to the wrong person. End up with some shit on you can't get off. And then inviting the wrong people in and wondering why your house is in dismay. They done brought that shit over and left it in your crib. Like people don't believe that energy don't lie. Energy is a real thing, y'all. It truly is. And you actually meet people, essence, people, energy before they even open up their mouths. That feeling that you get when you look at a person, it's either going to be like, oh, okay, that vibe is cool, or no, that's not for me. And it's just that simple. Respectfully, though, I don't understand how we live in a world where people are doing so much growing and so much evolving, but can't respect the fact that everybody ain't going to align with you. Everybody ain't for you. Everybody ain't going to like you. Everybody is not set with the vision for you. Respectfully. So, in a sense, whereas if you understand that I'm growing and I'm evolving and you're supposed to be doing the same thing too, respect and understand that we outgrow each other. You're just not my cup of tea anymore. We have surpassed each other. And keep it moving. It's just that simple. Miss Hampton said, say that. Jimmy said, but hell yeah, my old me serves a great purpose. I will never be the stuttering church mouse. Now I've grown to know everything, don't need a reply. But make sure a proper understanding is made before you leave. Now, see, that's something that I'm still working on, bro. And like I said, it's just the humbleness in me because I be conjuring up a lot of shit in my head. And I be ready. I be on ready, set, go. But then God say, or the people in my head say, look at them people. And I have to take a step back. And I be like, you know what? They like so the fuck up anyway. Not being judgmental, but that's what it is when you out here and you ain't putting out the right mojo in this world. That's just what it is. And I'd be like, I'll pass. I'll let life finish doing it. Miss Heavenly Precious said, intentions be made, so I'll forever deal with people accordingly. And simply a lot of people would rather see you be nothing because they are or aren't used to elevation. So know who to have in your circle and who to keep at bay. And that's fact. I had somebody to tell me because they kept trying to get me to utilize this person. And everybody is meant to be used in some type of shape, way, form, or fashion. But this person in particular that they kept trying to get me to position didn't mean me any good. And I kept trying to tell them, I don't give a fuck if you wanted me to make this person my bootlicker. Their energy so fucked up. I cannot do that. It don't make me feel good. This person will be used for something, but I'm not gonna be the one to use it. To use this person, to utilize this person. I just couldn't. Miss Sims said, I changed my circle so much because I wanted to protect my peace. When I tell you people stop calling and texting me, bad mouthing me, saying I feel like I'm better than everybody, Miss Sims. When I tell y'all done provided so much confirmation in just this one setting, it's pathetic. Listen, people are gonna, when it comes down to me, people are gonna do one of two things. They gonna love me to pieces, or they just gonna hate. That has been like my life story. The only difference between me then and now is I have embraced it. I am who I am apologetically, because if you was to ask a person personally, what did she do to you? They can't think of nothing. They won't be able to come to the forefront with nothing. And I indefinitely do not have respect for a person that could possibly feel some type of way about me or beefing with me, and I don't even know about it. But I will tell anybody this: have the expectations that Tasia is going to choose her. If you notice a little switch or shift in our programming, if we down for each other like that, approach me, and I'm open to telling you. But not until then. I'm just going to remove myself, as I should, because it's me just choosing me. It's just that simple. Unapologetically, like I would have the expectations for the next person to choose them. Okay, keep it moving. Miss Keeler having said, period, respect that my peace means more. People have so much chaos going on in their lives, they can't even experience peace. What a piece of it look like. So when you start to wear it, they start feeling some type of way. How was that? Miss Sin said, Keeler, it really does. Mr. Brandon said, protecting your peace is everything. It's top tier. It has a lot to do with your mental. People don't understand that. If you are around people that are always at war with themselves, always in secret competition, or always having some gunk up on them, what do you think? What do you think your mental is gonna be like? You gonna forever be in some type of mental turmoil. Nobody lives like that. And like I said, those of us that are doing the work, we see that, and I tend to stay away from it. I'm too sensitive to other people's bullshit. Like, I see it and stuff like that. I don't even like going into different places because I feel that shit. So if I know that you're wearing that, what makes you think that I want to get up with you? I want to go out with you, sit up and try to have a decent conversation. No, you need to go check that first, and then come back and maybe we can try it again, because I kid y'all not, I've given people the benefit of the doubt once I seen, some red flags. And I kid you not, tried to allow them back in, and the same shit was still there. And I was just like, oh my God, I set myself up for failure. I understand that people evolve and people change. I am open to people changing. But once I give you a try again to see if you don't readjust it yourself, and you still operating out of that don't serve me, this is the only thing that I can offer you. Sorry, not sorry. Miss Tastes Good For You said, wait. Let me go back. Miss Keela said, heavy on the fight your demons, not me. Yes. And then have people that be at war with themselves are so quick to try to react or attack people that are simply confident in dealing with theirs. You can't project on me. I'm built a different type of way. And people, they'll say, oh, well, this person got this person feeling this type of way, or this person's feeling some type of way. Baby, it's not even that. Switch your perspectives. Switch your mindset, because if it does not serve me, I'm removing it. I don't feel no way about shit. It's just beneath me. That's all it is, in a nutshell. Miss Heavenly Precious said, off top, yourself should be always first choice. Facts. And if a lot of people thought that way, a lot of drama wouldn't exist. Now, that's truth and fact. But like I said, you have those that are actually open to putting the work in, and we all know that it's a fight. It's a struggle on a day-to-day basis. And then you got those that say they putting the work in, but clearly you can see that they're not. Because if you put the work in for you, you'll be your own proof of work, and you'll be trying to lend and give these tools to somebody else so that they can have, you know, a starting point or an idea of where to start. Mr. Hampton said, yes, the old me serves a great purpose as far as my growth and understanding things a whole lot better and leaving to react to certain situations and conditions. Yes, Mr. Hampton, I said that same thing right there. The old me definitely serves the new me. It's my measurement of my growth. The old me is the measurement of my growth. Miss Heavenly Precious said that part. Mr. Heaven said, tell me about it. It seems I'm at the point that I'm not giving no second chances to we grown. Get the fuck out of here. I'm that way too. Like I said, I've learned like in my younger years, I'm gonna say I had too much patience for people and their bullshit. Too much patience. Now, I've always been labeled funny acting, and I'm not gonna lie, I am. Very much so. I mean well in all shape, way, forms, and fashion, but funny acting, I am very much so. At this point, when I tell y'all, like, for kids, the people that I love, the people that I genuinely grew on me, the people that actually have the vision set for me, and it shows, people like that, y'all, it shows through their actions. It shows through the way that they handle and the way that they treat you. You ain't got to ask. They understand the assignment. Point blank, period. When it comes down to those type of people, I have unlimited, infinite patience. When it comes down to those that are off of self and operate out of things that I wouldn't operate out of, it's like, oh, hell no. I ain't doing it. Not doing it. I just can't. For what? What's my game? You guys, and this brings me to my final thoughts. Once again, I want to thank you guys for showing up as you always do and show out on this platform here. You know what I'm saying? And exchanges that we have and the transparency that we have. Thank you guys for not being judgmental. Thank you guys for being open enough in this space to be transparent with each other and me. Mr. Hampton said, as it is stated, be not conformed, but be ye transformed by your thinking. Yes. Your mindset is everything. Your mindset establishes everything. Do you guys know how powerful your thoughts are? Like, you literally, people just be out here, anything that they can see on TikTok or anything that they can gather from somebody else spitting that shit. You ain't done no work. You ain't done no work. You literally have to retrain, unlearn some things to get some new things in. You have to train your mind. That's why meditation is important. That's why affirmation is important. It's just another state and another level with set vibrations to reprogram your thinking. Do you know how your frame of thinking creates your reality? Even if it's in your subconscious, it will materialize. I'm telling y'all, I've still witnessed to this. Still struggle with this in certain aspects, of life. But that's life. Mr. Brandon say, hey, want to say I'm proud of what you're doing for real, because mental health is huge in this day and age, for real. I remember growing up and we would have conversations about dating one girl and being faithful to one female. And you would always tell me remain solid to the person I am and not to follow behind someone else's footsteps. And I always respected you for that. You want me to tell you something, Mr. Brandon? I'm going to say much gratitude and much love for you, to you, because this is, once again, just proof of works. If you're known by the fruit that you bear, take a look at the people around you and listen to the things that the people around you say. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I've done my due diligence, and I know I will continue to do my due diligence. And I know that I will constantly be about God's work, and I know I'll constantly be about my works. Like I said, Coming to this space every Wednesday and every Friday does something for me. Not only is it, leading me in a specific direction of some new endeavors, but it's very therapeutic for me. I don't socialize with a lot of people at all. Work wise, I have to. You know what I'm saying? And even there, we making differences with people, giving people different perspectives, and people just come in and be in awe. They just want to talk to me, only want to handle me. But I really appreciate you for saying what you said. Like I said, if you want to know about a person, see what the people around them got to say. Mr. Hampton said, first understand that every time you desire to do good, evil will always be present. And that's a fact. And that's a fact. That's truth and fact. It will have you doubting yourself. It will have you in a frenzy. But this is why it's important to be aware of self and be aware of those things that are of you, those thoughts that are of you, and just knowing how you operate from what somebody else is trying to throw at you. A lot of people can't tell what's operating them, let alone what they're operating out of. I can't deal with people like that because you'll get caught up in some shit and then want to come to me once you realize that it wasn't of yours. And I understand that people make mistakes, and I understand that we are all growing. But some people make a habit of this. And for me, the best apology or the best understanding that you can give to a person is a change in behavior. You know what I'm saying? A change and providing just a different perspective on things. And people, they just be so quick to, I don't know, it just be weird. When you know you're wrong, you don't have to even come to me and admit that you're wrong. Take that up with yourself and move differently. And it's just that simple. But you guys, thank you guys for tuning in to this space once again. And this is my final thought. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but self-love is one of the highest frequencies on this planet. Outside of the bees actually have the highest frequency on this planet. You guys look into it. I know that they used to always be in my house some years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I was freaked the hell out. I was freaked out by it. But bees typically go around and, be amongst people that typically vibrate higher in frequency. And if they sting you, it's only because there was some healing that needed to take place within you. But that's a different story. Chanel said, good evening. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Thank you for joining Wednesday Wellness Check-In. Thank you for tuning in to Miss T Energy. You can also feel free to let us know how your week has been. Look, we made it midweek. We almost there. We in for the stretch. We almost there, but this is my final thought. Self-love is one of the highest frequencies that make you attractive. Attractive. It's a natural thing to be attracted to certain things. Like when your baby look at you and adore you with those eyes, that's a form of attraction. You know what I'm saying? So, in a way where all of your heart desires come to you, love on you more, even if you have to pull back from others, unapologetically. So, Miss Shannon, I know sometimes that it's rough when you have to sever ties, but it means of your own mental health and well-being, and for you, always choose you. Make it a practice to choose you. And I guarantee you, you will not regret it. Miss Shannon said my week has been blessed. How your week been? It's been amazing, love. Like I said, some of those that are more personal with me, y'all know earlier the monkey wrench that was thrown into some things. And like I said, I just feel 100% lighter coming into this place and into this space with y'all. So like I said, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. And thank you for these exchanges that we have. They're very therapeutic for me. And for a lot of you guys, I know what it does to you. Miss Hampton said, take time to learn and love on self. And trash belongs in the trash. Forgiveness is truly a gift to self. It is. And something that I'm learning too, like just being 100% transparent. I've always been the humble type. You know what I'm saying? The low key, backseat type and stuff like that. I've reached a plateau in my life where I really would rather retaliate. But me knowing my position out here in this world and what I have to give and how I've been positioned, I cannot conform. I cannot match energy. I cannot operate out of those type of things. So you guys, once again, thank you for being in this space. We'll do this again Friday for our energy check. Make sure that you're there and make sure that you're checking yourself and your own energy before you check in somebody else. Too much misplaced energy out here. Too much misplaced energy out here. It's just too much. It's just too much. So, with that being said, you guys be well, be blessed, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with choosing and loving on you. If you have not tried it, try it. There's no perfect way to do it. I don't care if it's just you making time to get up in the morning and fix you a cup of tea by yourself. Make that time. You're just that important. And like I said, if you're not handling you, how are you going to position yourself to handle anybody else? You take care of you first, and the rest comes thereafter. You guys be safe. Thank you for tuning in with Miss C Energy for this Wednesday Wellness Check-In, and I'll see you guys Friday.